So, hopefully we got everything working out here all right. I need to be recording this. Stop that, and we're just going to be working on some puzzle stuff here. Just kind of restarting work on the puzzle map and trying to make some stuff better. I don't know, simplify it, make it smoother, and just get it done. So I've kind of done some work on levels 1 and 2. A lot of people have tested those already, but we're going to get some more testers in here eventually. Level 3, I'm going to completely rework here. That's probably what I'll be working on in the stream. Just because it was very convoluted. I'm going to try working on that, and then level 4 needs a little bit of rework as well. And yeah, there's no way I'm going to get through all of that, but yeah. I guess I'm just going to start by fully testing level 1 and 2 here. So if you don't want spoilers for this stuff, maybe don't watch the streams, but that's what we're going to be doing. Let's clear inventory and change game mode. Mode survival. Alright, so basically we're starting here at level 1. I think everything's reset. I know the solutions to this, so I'm just going to make sure that everything is actually like solvable. So I think first things first, we gotta get this guy on there. Dang, he got me. Need him to hit these target blocks behind me. Ooh. Alright, we're also going to kind of just keep like a rough guesstimate of how many attempts it takes, because I don't want this to take forever. This isn't like, see, he shot already. This isn't the main, challenge. Oh, alright, that's what, 4? Sorry if I make anybody dizzy here. I'm going to be doing this. Okay. Did he already shoot? Yeah, he must have shot into the thing. Alright, so if we notice any problem... Yeah, see, he's shooting early. Just hit that. I tried to build this glass out so they wouldn't see you over there. This is one of the things that we may need to make a little bit easier to execute, because oh, I got hit again. You shoot behind me. Alright, so we're gonna be like on 10 attempts here, and this is already too difficult. Yeah, he shot the wall again. Once you know the solution, it should probably take like a max of like 3 attempts. We're just gonna keep going to... Hey, oh, what? Alright. Silliness, absolute silliness. He loaded? There he goes. Alright, how do we make this simpler? I'm gonna keep running it in the meantime. But like, this is the very first thing that people have to do. And of course I get hit. I basically want him to have like a 50-50 chance on this. Because there's parkour that people can mess up. I've been doing it decently well. We'll just swap back to creative. I'm gonna swap these guys out these walls are a little longer, I think that'll block more of the view and make him fail less. So let's clear and go back to survival. Try this again. Might not have to jump. I keep jumping. Yeah, this is way too difficult. I even added like 2 extra targets here on the sides of the center one. It used to be you had to hit the center one. I think we have to do more work. That actually would have been good. There we go. You hit the middle one. All right, so we'll make a note of making that easier. So we get heater, which we then take down here. And drop that in there. We need to get whatever's in this, which is a redstone dust. We have to depower all the ones powering into this. This one's depowered, these 2 are powered. I remember it being something like you gotta go from like here. That turns off that. There we go. Now we turned off all of these. Now we gotta turn it one more time. There we go. Got redstone dust. And we got our repeater. Now we can come back up. We needed the redstone dust for this next part. I jump in here. We'll parkour. Alright. Now we have the redstone dust. We go like this. The sticky piston. Take the redstone dust back. Now we have to get the 10 redstone dust out of there. Get over here and make a little jumping platform there. And actually make these jumps. Oh my gosh, that was so bad. Great. He's drawn his weapon now too. Ooh. All right, I'm really bad at this parkour bit, but it's good that we're doing it. At least it doesn't take. At least it doesn't take too long to like get back up here. Okay, that is. It's the little dip. The little dip right there. We're gonna try something else here. I don't want it to necessarily be this hard, but also I think it could be easier. Can't put the repeater down on this. Ow. I know I've done this jump before. This is what, 4 blocks and down 1. I basically just have to land there. All right, so far, I know they're gonna spend more time on the redstone than I have, but that's because I Alright, so once you're actually standing over here, if you crouch down, you're safe. Alright, so now I have that. I can take this thing back, I think. Now I have everything I need. Like this. Move the block. We're actually gonna have to come over like this. Now we've got a stable power source. We can cannibalize these pieces. Move it to the other side, cannibalize these. Push that up. Grab our piston back. Move these over here. This puts the power up to that light there. We can jump over here and... Oh, missed it. Right, he's drawn his bow too. There we go. Okay, that jump is a little bit harder than I wanted it to be. Funny thing is, like, when I'm testing this out, there we go. Now we are in level 2. So we will start this level 2. This one should be hopefully more smooth. But right away we are not starting with the correct state of the thing, so be starting with redstone in there. Back to survival. So we grab our redstone out of here. Deposit it in there. Gives us heater, or a comparator. Oh. We have a butted thing here. Do it fast. Get this over here. Oh, and then I think I have to... There we go. And we have access to 6 redstone, 1 repeater. Interestingly, this is a different color glass. I guess that's okay. Now, this is kind of where I've forgotten a little bit where I was leaving off. I need to... like this, and create a power source. Leave like that. Now, because I need something in here. Oh, I need to get power over here. Anyway, the next thing I have to do is get rid of this block, which means it's got to get sucked back and then up. I have to turn off this torch. Means I have to put something in here. That, because that'll turn off that torch, and I have to turn off this torch. And this one... This one would have to get powered by this block. I think the only thing I have here, this stuff. How do I make a permanent power source here? Oh, I think I have to go like that. Alright, then I have to put one in there. And then replace this quickly. There we go. Alright, now I have a power source. I can take this stuff back. And power that. As well as this. So that is getting... I think I have to turn this up. Interesting. There is some trick to it, right? So the problem is... Oh, do I have to... This is maybe too tricky. So this repeater back there is in compare mode. We've got 11, 10, 9. And we should be having 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Interesting. Now I place it back in there, it's still 8. If we go like this, we need to somehow get this to have less power in it. We do that though. 11. We need like 1 less power. Yeah, we can't see that. I gotta make a way so that they can see the power levels there, or yeah. Because that'll be an 11 and then a 10. And this will have 8 going through. Maybe if we right-clicked on this. Change that into a subtract. Alright, first let's lift that up, actually. Yeah, there was some other trick to this. This might take me a minute here. Got the power out of there. We got it switched into this solid state thing. Moved over. Let's subtract. Maybe we go back to compare mode. Yeah, this is a tough one. It's been so long. Maybe we got some hints in here. Get the second chest. Blah, blah, blah. Inspect the stairs, circuitry. Oh no, here we go. To get to the second chest, you must remember your lessons from level 1 and build on them. Okay, so that's the only hint we get. And this is basically the lesson from level 1. I can't use the redstone here because that actually won't power redstone on the other side. So it has to be the comparator. Just see if I can stand back enough so I can see both. Yeah, they're changing at the same time. Right. Maybe we have to redo this. Definitely how we have to do that. And we've got one more dust. All right. Hold on there. Yeah, this is definitely how it needs to be done. There might be a way to do this, but I think it's gonna be too difficult. Like, if I can't figure this out and I designed it, I'm probably gonna be too difficult for people at this point. Even this is gonna be a challenge. All right. Just throw that in there and go to creative. First off, they can't see what's back here, so that makes things more difficult. We can just have them see these corners. Like that. There, now they can see what's happening back here. Actually, the other thing is, this needs to feed into that. Wondering why I had this center here. Is meant to interfere with that one, but I just don't have enough. Like, it has too much power coming this way, even looping backwards. 15. And this isn't a trap chest, so. Alright, we've been just simplifying things, so I'm actually going to take that out. I do want them to have to, like, spin this up, though, because that is fun. But I think what I have to do is then just have a comparator going that way. And I need this to be less than 8. I need. Think about this. Oh. I think. And we want it to be coming out of this, not into this. So there we go. We got 11 coming in here. And I could put like a cake back here to subtract some off, but 11 and be the same as if I went like that. There's no way that spinning this would help. What if this was subtracted? Maybe that's what this was for. Oh. You know what? I remember. It was a torch burnout. All right, that's way too difficult, but it's feasible in the old config where we had something like this, that, there, rid of that guy, and this. Yeah, there was some way it was supposed to be a torch burnout here. Oh, okay. I get it. I remember. Wow, that is probably too difficult. Yeah. You have to sit here and burn out that torch. Yeah, you have to use this dust. Burn out the torch. Grab that dust. Place it in here. By the time that comes back on. Yeah, this is a little convoluted. It would be easier if they had a better idea of what was going on here. Just going to put this back, and then I'm going to reconsider what they can see from where. Yeah, I think this is probably too difficult. And then on top of that, there's this thing. The intended solution looks like this. Got this thing here. Burn that out, kill that, put that in, lift that up. Then you can access your stuff. And now this is open and pulled out of the way. Oofda. Now I should have 6, 11, 13, 14 dust, 1 repeater. Alright. We're going to just continue on here, but I need 1, 2, 3. That's got 5, so 9. And we've got 1 repeater. Oh no, I'm also supposed to have... I'm only supposed to have 8 dust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm gonna throw 1 back here. 5 plus 8 is 13, and the 14th is in this thing over here, which I traded for the comparator. All right, so there we go. Now we've got all the things we should have right here. We've got 13 redstone dust, a repeater, and a comparator. And if I throw a repeater back in here, give us our 14th redstone dust. So we're actually going to take the repeater back. And now we go like this, this. Right, now we gotta open and close that super fast. Because we want to shift this over. Interesting. Gotta get it to split that block. There we go. Okay. Now we can gather up our materials again. Yeah, I gotta make a note about that dust burnout. We might have to simplify that. Now we've got 14 dust. We can throw 14 dust in here, which then gives us stairs. I should put stairs in here because it's more obvious that the point of them is to be stairs then. But at the same time, then you can't see things around. Now all I have is a repeater. But I can go up here. And this gets me a blob. I realize I had a repeater or a thing. Alright, so what I can do is I can throw one of these in this. That'll start that ice stuff there. Oh, I can't reach it. Interesting. So I'm purposely doing this a little bit wrong, just for the sake of... demonstrating here. Some of the challenge. Alright, so we gotta go to this one, Go to the next one. Wait half a second and then jump to that last one to get in. And I guess we're just checking to see if this is too difficult. I'm just really bad at thinking and jumping at the same time. Jump, jump, wait, jump, and in. Then when I'm up here, I can actually reach this. All right. Maybe I'm a good demo for like somebody who's bad at parkour. I just want to put this in there. You know what? I think I've got a better idea. Do this the easy way. Why can't I? Why can't I access that frame? Anyway, we'll do this the right way. Break this apart. And then we have to use one of these slime balls in here. Get that back out of curiosity. Perfect. Doesn't actually get jammed up. We've got to use a slime ball in there. Start this back up. All right. Now we're in here. That and like that. That out. Collect everything. Interesting. I think that pressure plate broke something. All right. Now we gotta rebuild our slime block. We go sacrifice something else to this. Why do I have a redstone dust? Good question. I think I miscounted somewhere. All right, so now we have slime ball. Need to recreate block. Yep, sure. That. We're gonna use this to jump up to the last area there. I think I have to sprint so I don't hit my head on this thing. That's interesting. There's a way to do it, I swear. All right, we're gonna do the alternate method, which I actually think is pretty clever. This is one of the two things I think is nice about this level. All right, get way to the back corner and flip a page. Grab the bucket. Significantly easier. Kind of tricky. I like it. Now we have a bucket. Put that in here. Now we need to get out the... We shouldn't have this redstone, so we're just going to put that up there. Comparator. Need to put something in here. Here, rather. And that gives us our lava bucket. So now we have a lava bucket. We can come over here. Put it here. What we need this ice block to melt. We're gonna make that ice melt there. Because right now that's holding these stairs closed, and when that dies, got our stairs back. Now we have a way up here without having to use the piston and the thing. We come over here, place this in. Ah, all right. There we go. Made it through the level. All right, totally doable. Back to creative. We have to have a way of shutting this off. Yeah, we're gonna reset the level real quick here. Let's actually go back, reset this level 1 as well. We had 10 redstone dust in this barrel. And we had 1 redstone dust in here. There's nothing in that. I actually want to reset this. All right. Now we've got redstone dust in there. That's in the default position. That's the one thing I'm giving them a whatever these guys is, repeater to start with. But it's not obvious which way is up on the repeater like it is like a redstone dust. It's kind of like an arrow, or a torch. It's kind of like an arrow. So that's one thing I kind of regret for this, but at the same time, I don't want to give them a redstone dust, which is the only other thing reasonably could at this point. But yeah, we're just resetting the level now. So we've reset that. We've reset that. Reset that. And then in here, we need sticky piston. Alright, so we got a sticky piston here, and redstone dust there, 1 redstone dust there, and a repeater back here. Alright, I believe this level is reset. And coming in here, get rid of that. We need to put 1 redstone dust in there. This starts with 1 comparator. We'll feed it a comparator. Already had. Wait, are there multiple things in here? It's got the comparator. Yeah, okay. This thing's down. That's all right. We need to reset this. And this is 1 repeater, 6 redstone dust. This is 7 redstone dust. So that should be 14. The 7, 3, or 7 and 6 is 13, and then the 1 is 14. So this needs to be 7 redstone dust. 7. Then we need to move this back here. We will reconsider what it takes to do this back here at some point. Yeah, here we gotta pull out the redstone and 1, 2. Reset that. Everything else in there is good. Get up here, there needs to be a slime block. And lava behind this one. Lava, that's empty. We need to take 1. These out. Reset that. Put that back down. That in there. I think this will solve that issue. Actually, we'll do it with a slab because it's not something we need them to know about. And we already grabbed one of them. All right. In these the right direction. And then we need a piston in here, sticky piston. All right, I think we're reset the level. Nope, not quite. We need to ice. Replace that with ice and put a torch on top. Sucks those in. This up here, we need a bucket. An empty bucket. Alright, now the level is reset. Alright, so far, notes are we need to make this level 1 here a little bit easier with the initial jump up and the pillager shooting across. And then we also need to probably make this back little challenge area a little simpler. So on to level 3. So this is one, this aquamarine area here, this is levels 3 and 4, and they kind of like used to weave between each other a whole bunch, and it was super confusing. So what I've done is I kind of blasted out all the walls in what's going to be level 3. So now level 3 is pretty much just this area that I'm kind of like highlighting here. And then like this blob over here, and then all the stuff down below is going to be level 4. So if you look at the glass on the roof, like I have the green glass, that's going to be level 3, and then this teal glass is level 4. If we just fly down into this, we can see this is the end of level 2. You kind of just walk and jump in here. I have a number of puzzles in here from the previous thing. We just have to rework them together so that they make like a comprehensive level, because now they're kind of detached again. Yeah, there were walls all over here, but now I've made it open so you can kind of walk around, trying to adhere a little bit better to the design philosophies that we want for this challenge map. So first things first, we're starting here. I might move this. This was a little bit, this is like the intro thing here for the level. It's got like hints and whatnot. We'll probably have to rewrite that. But now it's kind of like tucked around this corner, and when you drop down, I think the first thing I want you to see is that. So I might like put it here, a little more obvious. Like grab that. Oh, it actually copies the book now. Okay, impressive. I'll take that off. Grab this. All right. All right, so if I remember correctly, the first thing we had to do in this was this reordering. This is a little tedious. I might come back and make this puzzle a little simpler, but essentially we have a whole bunch of cauldrons, and we need to get them lined up like across here in the order like 1, 2, 3. At least that's for the bonus. To just get any points, I think to cycle it, yeah, you just go like this and you just jump back and forth like that. And that cycles this little piston tape. But you got to jump over this middle one. And actually opening it up like allows for people with disabilities to kind of walk around if they have to. Not ideal, but anyway, I'm going to try to do this the easy way. So for the basic solve, you don't actually have to get them in order. But for the bonus points, you do. All right, so I need to get, when this one gets over that, I have to push it up. Maybe I can push it up now. There we go. See, okay, now I actually got them in a row. Jeez, okay. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, that would give me the bonus. So this pulls out, and technically I'm supposed to be able to like jump and grab the golden ticket out of there. But what it also does is it pushes this block out here. So now I can punch this guy. And when I punch it, it turns off these things, which then unlocks this little comparator fade out. So if I punch it at the right rate, There we go. If I punch it at the right rate and a little slower than like max speed, I can keep these torches off, and then it will trigger this. And I need to make it more obvious that these are being watched. I kind of deleted some of the lava down there so you can see there's observers, but if you don't have a nice texture pack, then it you can't really see which direction they're facing all that easy. But yeah, anyway, it gives me a lava bucket. I don't know what I'm doing with the lava bucket yet. This whole level needs to get reworked. I'm just kind of seeing where the flow goes right now. Oh, I'm in creative mode, so. Sure, survival. So what I have to do is I have to let that flow like this, and then grab it and run over to the other side. And then that triggers these things at the same time. That will have opened an old door right here to this next puzzle, which gets me this stuff. Oh no. What it does is it opens the top here, right? And then I can access this, put in a thing, and then punch this hidden button. So you can see how bad of a puzzle this was. Like, there's just so much stuff you would have never realized, right? Because you can't see the redstone, and that's like one of the major changes we're going to be doing to this map. Is like we came up with like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 just rules of thumb for how we want this to be. And since this is like a redstone challenge map, one of the rules now is show the redstone, right? So if I go back into creative and like fly up here, all the redstone is like out in the back, right? And you don't see any of this from the level, right? So you don't know how it works or what affects what. Whereas if you look at the previous few levels, like you can see all the redstone, like you can see what's going on back here and you can see what's under here. And if you really want, you can like travel around this thing to like try to understand how it works. And in here, again, you see all the redstone. But for some reason, when I made this 3rd level, like I hid all the redstone, and it basically makes it not a redstone challenge map. Like, once you get a bucket of, like, once you complete this, first of all, it doesn't show you what it affects, right? How are you supposed to know that this piston down here extended? Like, there's nothing connecting the two. So I need to like show some redstone or have it obvious that, you know, this is attached to this, right? And currently there's no way to do that. And then like once you get the bucket of lava, like how on earth are you supposed to, like there's just no way a person is to know like the order of tasks and what they need to do, right? It's just completely impossible. So probably a lot of this is going to have to get reworked, this level. But anyway, once you get this going, it starts triggering these droppers back there. And they're going to output the items you need for this challenge, which are currently just sitting in the chest. So instead of sitting in the chest and just being given to you, they're going to slowly bubble up here. And again, we need to make it obvious that you then take them over to this thing. I hate to do it like too much redesign of this because it's just a lot of work and we want to get this published. So it might just be as simple as being like, this is puzzle 1, you know, this is puzzle 2, this is puzzle 3, which is not an elegant solution, but it's one that gets this thing out the door. Yeah, then this is one designed by Rapscallion. We've got his head right here, watching you, judging you, looking into your soul as you try to complete this. But yeah, basically this puzzle used to control access to the next area of the map. And since now it would like control access to like this area back here, there's like a door. Since it doesn't do that, I need to work it to give an item, and it would just fly through the wall here. That shouldn't be hard to do because the output just came right through here to a door right here. So instead of having a door here, I'll just like knock this out and put another little, like something like that, right? And that'll just give you the item that you need for the next bit, which is flying across. Actually, it's this one, which is designed to actually consume up some of this. You have minecart, rails, hopper. You actually can use the hopper and the minecart here. You create a hopper minecart. Just get one of those. When you have that, you can place that on the things there. You can actually still reach that. Interesting. Yeah, I don't remember exactly how this thing was supposed to work. Make sure we're in creative. I think we could have just cheesed it in the past by throwing a cart there, and then you could like hop in the cart. This is awkward. Yeah, look at this. I can like fly the cart into the thing, access the bow. Then it pops me out back here. Okay, that is good to know, but very, yeah, that was not a good, well-designed challenge. Anyway, the whole point is to like get a bow out of this. And then with the bow, like press this button, redstone up there, and the whole thing takes off flying. But you got to be on it. So like once you get this bow, it actually pops this thing off. That's a 3 wide 1 up jump, so not easy. Anyway, the idea is you come up here, and the tricky thing is you can shoot I come stand on this thing. You can, again, you're not seeing the redstone, but there's a dispenser up there that shoots out snowballs. The snowballs shoot through this, which prevents you from accessing the dropper. But they also shoot through redstone and hit the target block. And without the redstone there, the target block's not actually touching the trapdoor, so it won't set it off. So if I press this button like this, it'll shoot the thing down, hit the target, but it won't trigger this. You need the redstone, and it needs to be in the cross configuration so that it actually powers this. So the snowball goes through the redstone, powers the block, which then goes back up into the redstone. We stand on the honey here, then we get to ride it across. And this is like an automatic returning thing here. So that'll just go reset itself. And that lets us access this top area. Top area, we've got a bunch of torches in the back. So this is essentially a big AND switch. And what we got to do is we got to take that bow that we get and shoot the correct buttons. What you can do is you can come, each one with a torch needs to be shot. So you can just come along here, flip the levers, and then they're lit up so you can see which is which. And then you just have to shoot them all out. This is fine. This again, this whole level needs more indication of what it does and why, because like, why do you need to shoot these buttons? There needs to be some redstone shown that like when you do that, it opens a door or like gives you progress, you know. And then this is the entrance to level 4. So I don't even know where to start on this level. It's gonna take a lot of work. So I actually think in the beginning here we had this hopping thing. I kind of like this. This is cool. It like shuffles things around. It's a little bit frustrating. If I could do anything, I think what I'd do is I'd make it simpler by just reducing the number of cauldrons in this. Just make it lower it down. But I think I'm going to leave that for later. Right now, mechanically, this works. There's just no way to indicate that it connects to this next puzzle. I'm trying to think of how we would do that. All this magenta over here is for the comparison. But we just need to compare. This is where I'm a little apprehensive because I'm about ready to like just tear all this out and redo it. But at the same time, I don't have a solid plan for better replacement yet. I think I'm just going to do it because I think a lot of the problems with this level are just in this back area and not having it visible. So what I'm really tempted to do is I think I might just blast all this redstone out the back here, rewire it, instead of having these areas closed off, I'll make you be able to go through and see the redstone for the comparison circuit here. And that will hopefully inform decisions on how things are done. That's the other thing is these, if I don't have a texture pack on, like specifically for redstoning. So if I come here and I go resource packs and I drop my redstone ready, reload. If I'm just playing, right, I'm looking at these things, I can't tell which ones have water in them or not. Like what I can do is I can cycle through every one and jump and see what the water levels are. But at the same time, then these things shift around and I have to remember that. And I think that's just like, that's hard for me to do. And I want this to be able to be done by like 8-year-old kids, right? So that's just unreasonable. The other option I can do is instead of having just cauldrons, because this was supposed to be like a water aqua themed level, hence the cauldron. What I can do is I can have composters mixed in instead of the things with fill levels. Then it's easier to understand, I guess, or like see the difference. I wonder if there's another way to do it. Let's look at cauldrons. If there's actually any distinction. So you have 4 types of cauldrons. You have an empty cauldron, you have a water cauldron, and I might just fill them all up. Again, just drop the whole ascending fill level thing. Then you have lava cauldrons and you have snow cauldrons. But from back here, not easy to see which is which, especially if they're above you. Now, actually, what would be interesting, instead of having this vertically, if I had it in the floor, right? Because then you can see down. I'm liking this idea more and more. So you can see down, you can see which ones have like lava and which ones have water in it. And you want to fill up or like which ones are empty and which ones have water. That makes more sense. And then you're gonna have to line up the ones with water in them. And I can still use this area to do the shifting, right? What do I have underneath? Right, I have level 1 stuff. Right. I think most of this is other things. Again, I don't know if I have a backup recently of this. I think I do have a backup though. This was built a long time ago. All right, so I am actually going to tear out this whole section here. I'm gonna put it in the floor. I'm gonna be so close to this level 1 stuff. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to show how it attaches over here. I'm pretty much going to leave this puzzle as is. I think it's fine. I think it's fine in terms of challenge. Maybe it's a little bit difficult. If I could find a way to make it slightly easier, I might. And then I'll just make this bubble up a little more clear. Kind of like what we talked through running through this. First off, we just need space back here. And then we will just imagine... Floor puzzles are just really easier to make because they're easier to see and work with when you're actually playing Minecraft. Some wall ones, like, some stuff's really close to you, but you can't, like, easily float up to see different parts of it. This will also make it more obvious how the pressure plates work. We're gonna have to take out some of this stuff. So, all right. So we need some sort of shifting thing, and then we need one in the middle that kind of reorders things, right? Let's shift this way, this way. We need to open one in the middle, right? And this one shifts like that, right? Let me just get my cauldrons out here. We'll just like do a mock lineup. So I have one there, one shifting in the middle. Right, so like, that's how it's gonna be. Something like that. And we need a piston to push this way. Piston push that way. And then we'll do some obsidian just so that they can't push it too far. Any one direction, right? So obsidian there. Have some obsidian back here. And I'll have to go redesign that level underneath. Obsidian there, getting here and there, right? And then this will be actually significantly easier to do. We'll just use this pink so we can know what we're doing. And these guys, this is pushing down. This is problematic. We need this to be able to push across, but then it's pushing right underneath these. And I need to have redstone where this obsidian is. How do we do that? Or we could like move where this stuff is. You know, what if we just make it super easy? Let's, instead of having all this, yeah, I'm gonna make it a little bit wider here. And we're just gonna put the things right on top of the pistons. It's gonna be one of these, those. That'll move it better towards the center. And then it will also simplify things, I think, a little bit. Right, cycles around, cycles back like this. You need to move there. Like that. All right, and then pressure plates. We'll just put them right over the things that we want them to trigger. Show that one. Again, show the redstone. All right, so now we know. Oh, you know what? Let's even add some symmetry. Right now, this is a sticky, so it pulls it back. And again, that was just an artifact of having it vertical and not having easy access to both sides. But now we can just go like this. Get rid of the sticky pistons, which complicate things, and we'll just do 2 normal pistons. And a little bit of design symmetry. Boom, boom. That. Need to keep these guys from getting pushed. That doesn't go push beyond there. All right, now we can push that out of the way. All right, this is a vastly oversimplified version of what I had before, but all right, that's an interesting problem. How do we get this out of the middle once we've closed these gaps? Very interesting. Well, I did say I wanted to reduce the number of things, although this kind of fits in here really nicely now. This also needs The only problem with this is this side needs to be the side we read off of. Maybe this does have to be a sticky piston. Then I can push and pull out of the center there. And then on this side we have stuff like that to surround it. You're gonna have comparators that are reading out, right? And that's how we'll determine which ones are full. So let's just throw water in some of these. Boom, boom, boom. That would be your solved thing. Alright, we need to give a short pulse to this, so maybe we just have an observer, because that's not a solid block, facing down. Makes it a little more interesting. Right, then we just go in a circle. The thing wasn't, when it was in the vertical position, it was over here, and I think that's actually what made it work. Maybe we won't use that side. Use this side. So if we had changed that to a sticky, and this to a sticky. And again, we're gonna have to make this in come on. There we go. Alright, let's just see if we can swap out this. Okay, and that's where we needed the getting in there. Cool. Alright, we're making some progress. And since this is also a sticky one, yeah, not working how I wanted it. Problem is because they're getting powered and pulsed, and unpowered and pulsed in the same thing. I don't know, this is where my brain is just tired, and see what's going on here. There we go. All right, now we can actually circle these around. Totally doable. We just need to make that one a sticky piston. And then these. Now you should be able to just, by running in a circle here, yeah, you can cycle them. Okay, so that's a pretty easy cycle pattern. Now let's just cycle it really quick and see if we can shuffle it. A lot of running around. A little bit tedious. I have to put a tedious tag on this task and then come visit it. Alright. Alright, so now we want to come over here, push this one in. Now we want to get these out of order. Alright, I'm really just kind of going wild here. Alright, so now get this out of there by going like that. Alright, there we go. There we go. Alright, again, now we don't need this. Just having it on the inside works better. Place that. That. And I don't even think this needs to be sticky now. I like that. And then we've kind of got some symmetry. We've got comparison stuff here. All right, so now we've got puzzle that shifts around, and they can see that if they get all three of these in a row. So a few more loops. Oh, maybe I do have to make that one sticky, because I need to find a way to reinsert. Or I just add an extra one. Or will there be no way to get this out? Because there's always going to be one stuck in there if I can't pull it back. Alright, I think it has to be sticky. Now I can push it out. And there's a different one in there. Alright, now we've solved this. Now we have to see that when that is solved, then something happens over here. This is where I think I might just completely rework or remove this part of the puzzle. I've never really liked these. It was an interesting thing, but I think we can get a better version of it when we do this center bit with the lava, because this is the same thing. Flowing lava, triggering butted pistons, doing stuff, right? I think I can make, because I already have to make this top bit more obvious as to what's going on. Yeah, I think I can just take this back part out. Kind of kills me to do it, but at the same part, I think it'll vastly improve things. Let's do a little cleanup here, like previous stuff. We'll probably push this wall back then too, so we can see the connection there. And this gives lava, which then we just use there anyway. This is like a random intermediate step that doesn't need anything, and it's got a whole bunch of stuff to it. It does open up these gates, but I think we could just leave those open. Yeah, we're just going to simplify this level a lot here. All right, we'll take a couple screenshots. So if we ever wanted to, I don't know, reminisce about how bad this was, we can do that. Like, I've already destroyed some of the stuff here. All right, this whole top thing's going to end up getting redone. All right, now that that's done, I think we just take all this out. Clear it with some commands. Go from there to, don't take out anything from the next level. There, there. I always spell it with an E. It's natural. Alright, so that's gone. Up some of this. And now we can easily see what's going on here. I'm gonna do a little comparison circuit, so we'll boom, boom, boom. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna track the value of each of those. That point, and here's the cauldron. Water in this cauldron. Then what we gotta do is we gotta change these other cauldrons to 1 fill level. We'll take this and boom, boom. All right, so now each of these have 1 fill level. This one has 3 fill levels, and we're subtracting. So we've got 3 coming out of here, going along this line, and each of these are on subtract. And at each one of these, we're subtracting 1 from over here, because this is 1 fill level. So if we have all these lined up, by the time this gets to the end, it will have turned off. And we can just like something like that and put a light there. Watch if I shift this one more. Push that. If I shift it one more, then we're subtracting here and here, but not there. So we need to turn this light off. And link that over here somehow. Be easy enough. Just needs to be obvious what it's doing. And we'll leave that open so they can see. And we just have to invert it, because we want this pushed out. And we'll change this to a sticky piston. Way it can kind of get reset if they screw it up. Not change that. No, sticky piston. All right. We have to make this look nice now. See the redstone. All right, I think this is level. This gives the lava bucket. We have to then come here and actually, I said we were going to give more clarity there, but let's finish creating the edge of this level here. We want to do these corners. Let's, just for symmetry's sake, not. We get rid of this pink. Doesn't match. All right. Looking much, much better. There. All right, so now they can see the redstone, so they can see what the objective is here. I can eventually shuffle this, and we'll just fill around it with some of this so that we can look a little nicer. That doesn't need to be there. Now I think that's clear. I do have this open space over here now though. And I do want to indicate a little bit as to where the map starts. So maybe I put this back here. Copy the text now, right? There we go. All right. Ooh, it would be nice if I could shift this over by like 1 block so I wasn't right up against that, but I'm not bothered. All right, now we need to make it more obvious that when this thing fades out, we are pushing this out. I'm going to back to my resource packs, put this back on, just so I can work a little easier. All right. It's hidden underneath here. Could go something like this. Get rid of that. And they can't be down there as well. Always make it more open. I mean, this is more clear as to what it's doing. It's just, you can't quite see what's going on. The other option then is to raise this all up and have this be like an above ground challenge, or near above ground. This middle bit can be, and that just makes it easier to actually see. I'll think about that for a minute. I'm gonna go through stairs. Of course, they only have 2 kinds of stairs here. think this is going to be a big improvement for this level. Just cutting out this thing. We talked about like reducing things, and there's no like real redstone insights you're getting from that puzzle that you weren't getting elsewhere in other levels, so kind of a little redundant. You know? Yeah, I'm already liking the feeling of it better. I feel like it flows more easily from this level where you're seeing a lot of redstone into the next level, where before it was all hidden. Now you've got like stuff where you can see it, and I think I can pull this out and just rearrange this. I'm gonna just screenshot it. I'd shift it this way a little bit. Yeah, I shift it this way, and I shift it up by like at least one block, maybe 2 blocks. I think I can go 2 blocks up. Oh no, lava, don't destroy the rest of my map. I had a bunch of lava in here for like theme reasons, and maybe I'll keep it, but it's not something I'm gonna be precious about. This whole thing was like submarine based, and this is supposed to be like some sort of reactor, and the submarine used like I had this whole backstory narrative that like was never explained to the players, so like it was completely irrelevant. I did not realize there was a portal here. Interesting. Alright, so this can actually affect a piston, which pushes a block. Where what I had before is like that and like that. And get rid of all this obsidian as much as we can. Let's make this block a different color because it's movable. Yeah, this is kind of like the green themed level. Let's use a concrete. Concrete comes here. This was set to 4 ticks, I believe. Goes into this. Have a couple of these torches. Fade out like that. Then we can read out of that to dropper facing up, one of them. Perfect. That's a perfect size. Couldn't have done it better if I tried. Oops. We'll have to fix that down the road. All right. Much, much more clear as to what's happening now. So you solve this one. It disables this, which pushes this thing out, which then lets you punch that guy to unpower this fade out clock, which then kicks an item up for you. Way more clear. And we cut out those back areas, which are fine. Oh, I like blasted into this. Probably that like that. That's fine. Worry about aesthetics later, but just make it a little bit nicer to see out the side. One other thing I gotta do is when they finish level 2, right through the corner here, they're going to have a piston here on like a loop. And it's gonna be pulsing and pulsing and pulsing pretty much the rest of the time they're on the map. We don't shut it off. But I think what we can do is we'll hide underneath this thing. When they read it, it will have a command block that'll just reset the previous level or something like that. And I'm not above using command blocks to do something like that. All right, there we go. Beautiful. So we got first 2 of the first 3 puzzles remade in level 3. And we deleted one of the first 3 because it was just redundant. So by the time they finish these first 2 puzzles, they will have a bucket of lava, which currently needs to get put into this thing up here, like into this dropper, which is kind of just like a pixel hunt and really not obvious. So we need to make that more obvious as to what it does, or maybe even make like a little challenge out of it. Because right now this is a cool little thing, the way it works, but there's no real like redstone challenge to it. And I'm kind of fine with that. We got plenty of other redstone in this level. We have to make this more obvious up here. Well, first off, let's just come up, delete the rest of the leftovers from before. Oh, I had a little, yeah, that's what it was. I had a little redstone thing going here for when they, that was just supposed to, it was supposed to give them this little Minecraft, or not Minecraft, like Zelda key theme. Get them to have their attention come up here, but I just don't think that's enough. I will leave that though, because I think maybe I will use that anyway. And then there's this pixel hunt button back here, which we're going to get rid of. There's no reason they ever need to be doing something like that. Oh, better too. So we need to find a way to insert the lava into this. Which is done up here. What this is. Delete that. I think that's later in the level to just stop this from cycling to reduce lag. But again, we'll just take care of that when they get to the next level with some command blocks. So non-essential stuff there. I think what I might do is I might just open up the ceiling here and see how it feels. What kind of space we're dealing with, if we can direct their attention up here easily. I feel like looking up is not like a natural thing you do in Minecraft. Especially when I've just had them like looking at the floor for so long. Like the whole time they're working on this, there's no way they're going to come across something above them. And so like once they get the bucket, they'll have no idea why they have a bucket, right? They'll just be like, oh, it gives me something here, but I don't know what to use there. So I want it so that when they get this, they have a an idea of places to try to use it, right? This needs to be more obvious. So one thing, I think I can actually, well, let's not delete that, but I think I can actually put this in here. That. And like that. Then we'll get that button back. We could just slap the button right on the thing like that. Get rid of this lava to start. Right, so we can get rid of that. Maybe I'll just put it on the other side here. It'll be a... No, because that makes sense. Then we've got like this whole side is like together, right? So now if I have like a bucket of lava, I'm gonna see if this works. Toss it in there. Oh, needs to be a dispenser. Alright, so get that bucket of lava again. All right, that is. I'm happy with making it that easy. Like that is not out of the realm of visualness, right? Yeah, I'm fine with that. Ceiling on this again. Like I'm just trying to get this project over the line in like a good state. I don't want to spend too long working on stuff that's just small changes, especially if it's something that's already acceptable. Again, we got to go through user testing at some point and we'll see what people come with in terms of that. We don't have anything here, and I think just cover this over. Right, that's done. All right, so we got the first half of level 3 fixed up to the point that I'm relatively content with. Once they get this, we need... first off, I need to stop this from doing stuff. There we go. Where I was placing blocks. Now, oh, here we go. So now that's done. Need to have some indicator that there's things going to be coming up under here. Right, so we'll have like that. So needs to be dropper. Oh no, I've already got the droppers over there. Okay. Yep. Good to know, good to know. Now, how do they triggered? If I put like a observer in here, now you can see they get observed, but you can't see that it's doing anything there. That, but then that's it. Go. That's something I want to do like that. Do it. Again, I'm not gonna brat too much about aesthetics here. All right, so now you can see you put things in here, the lava comes down. Triggers one of these. And this is a problem with the mods I'm running for like audio. Like this is a slime block, right? But if you look at it through glass, it tries to like make the rendering more efficient, so it like renders out half of the slime block. Really annoying. I might have to switch what sort of mods I'm using for like optimization and stuff for that. But I think when you're just running base Minecraft, you won't have any of those issues because they don't optimize things as heavily. So, and that's kind of what this map's designed for. All right, so we got the first 4 things done, almost. I need to clear my stuff. We'll take a redstone and 5 powered rails. They need to go in this. Gonna get a sign here. So I can remember that later. It goes there, and then this one is 4 powered rails, a hopper, and a mine cart. Apply them in here. All right. Rails, a hopper, and a mine cart. So once they get the lava, they put the lava in there. They'll get those items coming up into the various things. Then they can do this one. But there is no indication that this one comes next. And you've got all this stuff for the player to look at, all this stuff for the player to look at, as well as like through this little hallway, there's a backside to this one. We need to indicate somehow, or like control it so that this is the next obvious step. And we need to make it so that they can't like waste their items elsewhere here, because we've got this little cart thing that I was showing before that is broken in terms of design. So yeah, gotta just sit back a minute and kind of think on this. Before this would like open a door to this other area. Maybe I could go back to that. Like, it wouldn't be the most terrible thing. Still could do like thing going across here, you know? Something like that. Block it off, and then this still opens a door through the wall to this next area. It wouldn't be terrible, because like the part of the point of this was to like open this up to make it I don't know, before it was not clear that you went from place to place, and it was also very claustrophobic. But now that I've kind of opened this room up to begin with, and if I make it so you could see through here but not get there yet, then that kind of gives the player like implicit goal as to what, like, where they want to get. Because they can see this is part of the level, but they haven't gotten there yet. And after they do this, then it makes it clear. Okay, I'm liking this more and more. Also because it's easy. I think I'm not going to do like this color though. This is supposed to be like the reactor thing. I will do this teal glass and think about where it's going to go. Again, I've got like a 2 wide thing here. This drives me nuts. I like 3 wide things. Again, for symmetry's sake. The thing is, I could move this door. There's no reason this door has to be right there now. It used to be that you had to like make a jump from level to level, but that was just, it wasn't the hardest jump, but it was decently hard. And if you fell, it put you like back in level 1, and you had to like semi-complete level 1, semi-complete level 2 to get to another attempt, and that was just dumb. So I just did like a silly little thing here. So I think we could actually move this over. I think that would look nice too, because this level 3 thing is like against the edge. So maybe we could just move this all the way over. Yeah, let's see what that looks like. 3 and then up. And then we'll see how that opens things up for us. I have to mess with the design later. Grab that, throw it over here. All right. Just ignore this ugliness here for a minute. That. Now we've got 5. What is this sign? Oh. We've got 5 along this wall. It comes out here. That's fine. I almost want to shift this whole thing back one. Look in this room. I'm just gotta like send stuff off too. I might actually, because this on the other side of these glass things is level 4. And if I just keep showing them like new areas, they're gonna be like, oh, how do I get here? But they don't get there yet. They have to go level 4 over here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna glass that over. Sorry if I'm being like a little ADD here and like switching from one thing to the next, but I swear I will eventually get back to what I was working on. It's just these little things, they're easy to do now, and if I don't do them now and I don't write them down, I'm gonna forget about them. And I don't plan on writing them down, so. Right, that is better. And I think this could handle, might even shift it over this way, because there's no, I was talking, okay, this is a bigger task. Maybe I'll leave this for later. I think I'm just going to wall this off, but I might shift this whole reactor piece as well as this puzzle over this way towards the door a little bit. And then that'll give me a little bit more room over here to work with. But for now, I'm just going to do the simplest possible blocking off of this area. So get at least like the playability down. All right, there we go. So now it's blocked off. They complete a couple challenges. Maybe, again, not going to complain or work on that aesthetics yet. They complete this, they get the reactor going. It gives them items, the items they use over here. That will get them through a door, which I will put back here. One over. Like that. And I believe this is the output. I need it locked, closed. This is based on signal strength. Sorry, I'm just gonna remove some stuff so I can see what I'm working with here. This has to get moved down somehow because we need a door here. The door is going to be locked in the closed position, so it'll be like that. Right. So I need to invert this at some point. Instead of going like that, we will use a torch. This is an interesting thing here. I'll have to play around with how to solve that, or ask Raps what the solution to that was sometime. Can't really put a solid, gonna have to be a solid one there. Are you really gonna be a funny person like this? Not the best solution there, but is a solution. There we go. Actually, it needs to be inverted. It would have to read it from this bottom one anyway. Oh, watch my brain flounder here. Was it really that easy? Oh my god. Why does my brain just not function sometimes? All right, so that gets you through to the next level, and we want them to see stuff, right? So there we go. They can see stuff. All right, so that, assuming this all still works, I don't think I've touched it. They get through here. First thing they see is this and access to level 4. Now I've done a whole lot of work moving stuff around. I'd really like to not move more, but this little challenge might fall for it. Turning it 90 degrees. So basically this is the entrance to level 4. You have to like swim down here, but in order for you to swim down, you have to get rid of these soul sand things because they got bubbles that push you up. There's not much clarity on that. So at some point we want to increase the clarity or like block it off a little bit so that they don't have access to that yet. Because I had one person while they were testing Like all they were doing is like, why can't I swim down there? This is, I swear it should be possible, but it's not, you know? Yeah. And then I had other people who had like lag and stuff and they were actually able to glitch down. So, yeah, there's just not a lot of consistency, but I think we're going to leave that to some more testing for now. The problem is the next step after you come through this door is this stuff over here. It's using this thing, which we need to fix, and then doing the flying machine bit before coming back. Yeah, so we need a way to block this off or put it somewhere else or something. I wouldn't be opposed to putting it somewhere else. Because right now it's kind of just stuffed in this corner here. So like this room over here is part of it, and you've got to like go through this little thing, and it's kind of cramping this other big room. Speaking of which, I didn't realize these things don't connect to the top. You don't have like a full block up there. A little bit annoying. We'll fix that real quick. So I wouldn't mind moving this elsewhere so that when they get here, they can see the access to level 4. Maybe I put like some bars here or something so that they can see it, but they can't quite get there yet. And then they'll turn to the right. I'm actually leaning more and more towards this. So this thing is going to get moved. This will just be a wall here. They'll turn to the right. They'll see the flying machine. They'll see this little thing, figure out how to use it, fly across. Once they fly across, then they get it go up. I don't know how obvious this is again. I might have to like do some up arrows or something. Make this a little more obvious. They'll come up here, figure out the thing with the bow and the buttons, and then I might just have an exit. Like the bow and the buttons might just like open a door right here. I think I'll change this from sandstone to be that prismarine because it fits the level better. And then I think I'll just have like an axis here because then that fits the show the redstone theme here. And they'll see that the redstone is attached to this gate. They have to shoot the buttons. And then they just, instead of, before the launch thing was literally just to get back on top of the flying machine. There was like this really, and this is good too, because before the way to get back across was, there was like a button. Like you had to shoot that target block from here, right? And that was just like an insanely hard shot. And again, I don't need this to be a dexterity challenge. Like this, it needs to be a redstone challenge. So kind of circumventing that, I'm totally fine with. What'll happen is that other stuff, this other challenge down here, this one, I'm gonna just take this, delete it from here, and move it up top. So what they'll do is then they'll walk across here. It'll be kind of cool because then they can see different, you know, perspective on the level they were in before. Maybe I even just like put it right out in the middle here. They could do that challenge. And there's one more little one over here that like swap stuff. They can do that all up top. And then what I'll have them do, oh, that's what I'll do. Okay, so I'll have them come up this way, do their 2 challenges up here, and then I'll have them drop into the top of this. Once they've solved it, it'll open it up so they can drop in the top. And then right now, what I'll do is I'll block this off so they can see it, but not access it just yet. Oh, I like that. I like that better. And then I can probably just continue the bubble column up higher. Like all the way up to the top there. And then there'll just be like a little viewport into it. Yeah. I kind of like that. All right, so let's just grab some of these things. I don't know how far I'm going to get. I'm getting a little bit tired here. So I might not be able to do too much with this, but I kind of want to get it started so I can see where I left off last time. All right, let's just screenshot some of this stuff so that I know basically what the challenge was. And I can refer to my screenshots if I need to. Yeah, see this. This was not even attached anymore. Yeah. And then that'll give more room around this, make it nice and better visibility out to the rest of the world. Yeah, I think this is going to be a really good thing, but for now, we just want to cover this over, I think. One more screenshot, there we go. I'm actually going to take this out completely here. So this is like a Rails challenge, and it actually like consumes some of the Rails so that they didn't have them later on. But I actually might have them bring them into the next level because there's some underwater stuff that I want them to do with the Rails, because now you can waterlog Rails. You can do some cool challenges with that. Alright, then this just kind of blocks off. For now, again, we're not going to be super precious. We can come back and make it look nice later. And we'll just block this off. It look a little bit symmetrical. All right. We'll exit there. Come through. Maybe we'll have some like painting. We get some good like underwater paintings. I wish Minecraft had like actual cool painting stuff. Also, do they have any 3x3s? I don't think they do. That's a big oversight. Need some 3x3 paintings. Actually, this gives us a little bit of space to move this challenge out of here. Right now, this one is struggling with space constraints. So I'm just going to stairs. There was stairs in here. I keep forgetting that we have copper blocks now that kind of go with this theme. We're gonna screenshot this. Yeah, that was a very interesting challenge. Eventually, you're supposed to create like a hopper minecart to pull the item out of this chest because it was blocked by that. Yeah, actually, just grab a copy of that chest and throw it up there for now. Let's get rid of this and open up this wall a little bit if we want. We do want it to push this block up because that is going to be our access point still, I think. right. So when they get done with this, they're going to have a number of items. And we don't need this here. They're going to have 9 rails, a hopper, a mine cart, the redstone dust. They need the redstone dust here. They're going to have to leave it there. I don't think they'll be able to come back and get it if we're not giving them access back through this area before leaving, which is good. They'll use the redstone dust up. We basically need to work out these challenges so that they use up the rest of their items before moving on too far. Back here. Actually, I haven't been checking the chat here, but looks like people have been chatting. Build my multi-item sorter a while ago. A lot of fun. How am I so smart? I don't know. I don't think I'm actually that smart. I waste a lot of time on Minecraft. That's how it happens. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the multi-item sorter. We're not making doors, we're making a challenge map. Those are probably all old comments, but if you guys are still in the chat, there you go. Looking at your channel the other day, wondering if you'd come back. Yeah, I just haven't had much time to work on Minecraft stuff. My life's just been like crazy in real life. And just a lot of stuff happening, changing jobs and possibly, and also, yeah, like getting cars, moving, all sorts of stuff. And just post-pandemic, I've been having, like, actually just choosing to spend some more of my free time not indoors, locked up. So that's also cutting into my Minecraft time. Probably just use the replace feature, but I might do this while I chat for a bit. But yeah, I haven't taken tons of time to be able to play Minecraft lately, and honestly, the reason I was doing videos is because I had excess time. So there's a chance I end up coming back to doing some more Minecraft videos because I do enjoy doing it. I enjoy engaging with the community. I enjoy like coming up with the builds and stuff like that. I'm not super into doing all the video editing and stuff like that, which I think is like a lot of people are like that. A lot of YouTubers that do this sort of stuff, and that's fine. But I don't know. As you can see, like my videos have not been like edited super highly. I basically just clip them together and then put a little bit of thought into like the flow of the video, but I don't do like super fancy like effects and whatnot. All right, so we're just gonna like add a little bit of theming to this top because I want to be able to run through this to like the next area, and I want the flow to be somewhat smooth. Actually, really like the idea of like coming out on top and then like kind of weaving through like the top part, and just I like being able to see things from like different perspectives, right? And it's kind of nice to have that. It's almost like a nostalgia effect in games. We're doing walls. There we go. And we need slab. And it was these guys. Actually, what is this called? Prismarine wall, and this is sandstone wall. So we're gonna do all replace and go. Then we'll do the same thing up here for these called cut sandstone slabs. And what do we have here? Slab brick. Brick slab. Lab. Yep. Sandstone slab. All right. Kind of ugly. Actually, I do one of these. Let's replace this with and this first one. Prismarine brick slab. There we go. All right, that looks a little bit better. And then we want to do what is okay, this is prismarine bricks and this is cut sandstone. All right, there we go. Goes into the previous level. I think we'll just leave this as sandstone. That's fine for now. Just replace a few more things like that. But I think it'll look fine. Yeah, that's fine for now. Get the idea. So eventually we need to end up back over here. And we need to consume some of, we need to somehow consume the, no, we need them to keep the minecart. We need them to use the hopper though. Maybe. I think there's actually a challenge in this next level. Right in here. Through this door. Nope. Guess I took that one out. There used to be one in here that would use a minecart and a hopper. But I think we'll have to design a new one to do that. Because they will need the minecart and they will need a rail. to get through to the last level, and that's fine. But that's all I want them to have. And they will get rid of the dust by placing it here, right there, and then not coming back this way. I just need to get rid of one thing, and I think that's the yeah, this guy, the hopper. So I need them to use the hopper to get a bow. And I can put that challenge right here because I will be taking this room off the back. Do one more screenshot. I think I'm actually going to take this room out right now, and then we'll have room to work. I'm going to leave this because this is the part that switches the bubbles in here, which we need to access level 4. So I'm going to leave that, and I'll just somehow attach from the top that line. But again, we're going to have to like show the redstone to show that that's how it happens. And I actually, yeah, see, there's nothing below here. I actually think I'll have them, I'm going to move this, I don't know, because you come into this level 4 right here. And that's where I want that to happen. But I might make it so that you can see the, like, the swapping mechanism down there from here. And then see that it's somehow attached somewhere else. I don't know. For now, we'll ignore that though. This is a thing by Wraps. I should have consulted him more before drawing that, but I'm going to rebuild something similar, so maybe I'll just let him make his own challenge up here somewhere. Be the 9th person to ask or anything, but how are we playing Turtles? Is this project? This is a challenge map, yeah. This is something I'm making with a bunch of the other redstone people from my Discord server. Yeah, so it's a 9 levels. Let me hear. I don't think I've zoomed out yet, but it's absolutely a massive project. Yeah. Each one of these color palettes is about 2 levels worth. We have like sandstone, aquamarine, and then this nether themed one. We've got the quartz, which is 2 levels. This back here is 1 level. Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on, and then we've got like end theme things. But I've been working on levels 1, 2, and 3 so far today. I've already designed the levels. I'm just kind of going back and making them better, fixing a lot of the flaws. Level 3 was basically disaster, so I'm almost entirely like, I'm not making new puzzles, but I'm like reordering them and like making the flow better. I actually think I'm going to stop here. This is a pretty good point. I need to add another puzzle here and then one up top. And then I think we just drop them into this area, which then they swim down. But yeah, I've been doing this for a number of hours, so I'm going to call it there. I'm going to try to stream more, basically whenever I'm working on this project, just to have some sort of content out. And yeah, hopefully, you know, people are interested. If not, I'm just doing it for the heck of it. So thanks for watching. I'll probably be working on this next weekend again. I don't know if I'm going to work throughout the week, but yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later.